Hey there, treasure hunters. You're digging through your spare change, the coins jingling like a low-budget metal detector, when suddenly, BM, you stumble upon a penny worth $1 million. Sounds like a fairy tale, right? Nope, it's the story of the 1982 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Today, we're diving into why this tiny copper coin is causing such a massive buzz in the numismatic world. So, grab your piggy banks and let's find out how a humble penny could make you a millionaire. Oh, and stick around until the end because I'll share a hilarious story of how I once thought I hit the jackpot. Spoiler alert, I didn't. Alright, let's talk about the 1982 penny. First, a bit of background. In 1982, the US Mint was in a bit of a transition phase. They switched from making pennies out of copper to using zinc with a copper coating. So, you've got large date pennies, small date pennies, and pennies with no mint marks, all from that year. The no mint mark penny from 1982. Normally, coins minted in Philadelphia didn't have a mint mark back then. So at first glance, you might think, big deal, right? Wrong. The key is in the details. If you've got a 1982 penny with no mint mark, it's got to meet specific criteria to be worth a fortune. Look closely at the 8 in 1982. If it's thinner and more delicate, congratulations, you're looking at a small date. It's copper, not zinc. Here's the kicker. You need a small date copper penny with no mint mark. Now, how do you know if it's copper or zinc? Simple. Grab a scale. Copper pennies weigh about 3.11 grams, while zinc pennies are lighter at 2.5 grams. A small investment in a pocket scale might be the best money you'll ever spend. Drumroll, please. If you've got the real deal, your penny could fetch upwards of $1 million. That's right, one coin, $1 million. Imagine trying to explain that to someone at the bank. Hi, I'd like to deposit this. Yes, it's just a penny, but trust me, it's got 7 figures written all over it. Now, here's my confession. A few years back, I found what I thought was a rare penny. I was so excited I nearly tripped over myself running to my laptop to research it. After hours of squinting, weighing, and Googling, I realized it was just a regular old penny with some dirt on it. Let's just say my dreams of retiring early were crushed. But hey, at least now I can save you from the same heartbreak. So, what's the moral of the story? Check your pennies. That little coin rattling around in your car cup holder or under your couch cushion could be a millionaire in disguise. Just remember to double-check the date, weight, and mint mark, or lack thereof. If you're as fascinated by coins as I am, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll keep sharing tips on how to find hidden treasures in your spare change, and who knows, you might just uncover the next $1 million coin. Like this video if you're ready to raid your piggy bank, and let me know in the comments. What's the weirdest thing you've ever found in your change? Hey there, coin enthusiasts, treasure hunters, or maybe just folks who happened to click on this video because you saw $1.1 million and thought, wait, what? Welcome to another episode of Coins Worth More Than Your Car. Today, we're talking about the 1979 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right. A penny that could potentially put your kids through college. Now, before you start flipping over every couch cushion in a frenzy, let me tell you, not all 1979 pennies are created equal. This specific one is special, and not just because it's from the 70s, a time of disco, bell-bottoms, and questionable hairstyles. Stick around, and I'll explain why this tiny copper coin is worth a fortune and how you might just have one hiding in your piggy bank. Alright, let's dive into it. First, the basics. Most coins minted in the US have a little mint mark, a tiny letter indicating where they were made. For example, D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But in 1979, something strange happened. A batch of pennies left the mint without any mint marks. Nada. Zilch. Just good OL. Honest ebb chilling on the front. Why is this such a big deal? Well, these no mint mark pennies were supposed to be made at the San Francisco Mint, known for producing proof coins, those shiny, mirror-like coins collectors love. Proof coins are supposed to be flawless, but someone must have had a case of the Mondays because these coins hit circulation by accident. They're incredibly rare. Only a handful have been found, and one of these bad boys recently sold for a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. That's right, a penny worth more than a Lamborghini. Let that sink in for a second. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I got into coin collecting because, well, who doesn't love a good treasure hunt? One day, I'm sorting through a jar of pennies from my grandparents' house, hoping to find something valuable. My heart skipped a beat when I saw a 1979 penny without a mint mark. I thought I hit the jackpot. Turns out, it was just a well-worn Denver coin that had lost its mint mark over time. Talk about a roller coaster of emotions. But hey, that's the thrill of the hunt, right? If you're lucky enough to find a real 1979 no mint, proof coins are always extra fancy. Condition matters big time. Certification. Get it authenticated by a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Don't just take your uncle's word for it. Now, let's talk value. Even if your penny isn't the million-dollar one, similar no mint mark coins in top condition can still fetch thousands of dollars at auction. So, it's worth taking a closer look at your loose change. So, there you have it. The story of a humble penny that turned into a millionaire's dream. Who knew something so small could be worth so much? And if you're thinking, well, I don't have any pennies from 1979, don't worry. There are plenty of other valuable coins out there just waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of coin enthusiasts. I've got plenty more tips, tricks, and stories about coins worth money, so you won't want to miss what's coming next. Oh, and don't forget to drop a comment below. Tell me if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're about to raid your coin jar right now. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Who knows? Maybe you're just one penny away from striking it rich. Would you believe me if I told you that a humble little penny, yes, the kind rattling around in your car cup holder, could be worth $1.2 million? That's right. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1952 Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin that's not just pocket change, it's life-changing. So grab your coin jar and start hunting while we break this down. All right, let's rewind to 1952, back when soda cost a nickel and Elvis was just getting started. The S on the coin stands for the San Francisco Mint, one of the three major U.S. mints at the time. They produced millions of these pennies. So why is this particular one so special? Turns out, it's a minting error. Imagine an artist accidentally smudging their signature on a masterpiece. That's what happened here. The error, combined with its scarcity in mint condition, makes this coin a jackpot for collectors. If you have a 1952 penny that's been sitting untouched, perfectly preserved, it could fetch up to $1.2 million at auction. Let me repeat that: $1.2 million. And no, this isn't monopoly money. But, and this is a big but, most 1952 pennies won't even get close to that value. Unless yours is graded as mint state, 68 or higher, we're talking anywhere from a few bucks to a couple $1,000s. Still, not bad for a penny, right? First, grab a magnifying glass or use your phone's zoom feature. Check for that S mint mark just below the date. Then, examine the condition. If it looks like it just rolled off the minting press, no scratches, no wear, you might be sitting on a gold mine. And hey, don't forget to take it to a professional grader. It's like getting a second opinion, but for coins. When I first got into coin collecting, I thought I hit the jackpot with a 1943 steel penny I found in my grandfather's drawer. Turns out, it was worth about 10 cents. But hey, that got me hooked. I learned the ropes, and now I've built a collection worth a small fortune. All starting with what I thought was a lucky find. Moral of the story? Every penny has a story, and you never know which one might surprise you. All right, folks, it's time to raid your piggy banks, rummage through old coffee cans, and call up Grandma to see if she's got some coins stashed away. The 1952 Lincoln penny might just be the ticket to your dream vacation or retirement. If you love this dive into coin collecting and want more tips on spotting hidden treasures in your pocket change, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. I've got more videos on coins worth money, how to spot valuable errors, and strategies to build your collection on a budget. So what are you waiting for? Let's turn those pennies into possibilities. Did you know that a humble penny from 1967 could make you a millionaire today? Yup, you heard that right. A penny that once bought a piece of gum is now worth a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. Imagine flipping through your old coin jar and stumbling upon a treasure. Sounds like a dream, right? Stick around. because today we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1967 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. All right, let's break this down. First of all, what's the deal with this penny? The 1967 Lincoln penny is unique because it lacks a mint mark. Normally, coins minted in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, but here's where it gets spicy. In 1967, the U.S. Mint was experimenting to simplify production. No mint marks on coins meant no one could hoard coins from certain mints. Smart move back then, but who knew it would create a collector's frenzy years later? Now, you might be wondering, why is this penny worth $1.3 million? Great question. The answer lies in its condition and rarity. A coin in pristine, uncirculated condition can fetch a fortune at auction. And when I say pristine, I mean it's gotta be shinier than your grandma's silverware at Thanksgiving dinner. Grab a magnifying glass and inspect your coins closely. Look for details like sharp edges, a strong "In God We Trust" lettering, and Lincoln's portrait. The better the condition, the higher the value. Oh, and don't clean it. Trust me, using toothpaste on a rare coin is like washing a vintage Ferrari with dish soap. Not a good idea. Speaking of relatable stories, let me tell you about the time I went digging through my change jar. I was so excited after reading about rare pennies that I turned my living room into a treasure hunt zone. Spoiler alert. I didn't find a millionaire penny, but I did find a 1943 steel penny worth a couple of bucks. That paid for my coffee the next day, so not a total loss. But seriously, it's worth checking. Who knows? That penny you used to flatten on train tracks as a kid might actually be your ticket to early retirement. So, what's the moral of today's story? Don't underestimate the power of pocket change. A 1967 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny could be the jackpot you didn't know you had. Go ahead, raid your drawers, dig through your couch cushions, and maybe even sweet-talk your grandparents into letting you inspect their old coin collection. You never know what you might find. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth money, strategies for spotting hidden treasures, and a little humor to brighten your day, hit that subscribe button and join the adventure. Oh, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It might just bring you some extra luck in your coin hunting journey. Imagine digging through your couch cushions or an old coin jar and bam, you find a penny worth $1.4 million. Sounds like a fairy tale, right? Well, today, we're talking about a very real coin, the 1973 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. This humble little coin could turn your spare change into life-changing money. Stick around, because I'll share exactly why it's so valuable, what to look for, and how you might already have one sitting in your pocket. Oh, and I'll tell you a funny story about my own penny hunting misadventures. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Okay, first off, what even is a no-mint Mark penny? When coins are minted, they typically have a little letter, like D for Denver or S for San Francisco, that tells you where they were made. But some 1973 pennies have no mint mark, which means they were minted in Philadelphia. Now, here's the kicker. Most Philly coins aren't super valuable because they made tons of them. So why is this one different? Here's why. It's a rare error coin. A small batch of 1973 pennies were struck with a special die, making them ultra-unique. Add in their perfect condition and a little sprinkle of collector obsession and bam. You've got yourself $1 million penny. Zoom in of a magnifying glass over a 1973 penny, highlighting the absence of a mint mark. All right, let's talk numbers. In 2019, one of these pennies sold for a whopping $1.4 million at an auction. Why? Well, it wasn't just any 1973 penny. It was in mint state condition. Basically, it looked like it had just been made yesterday. Collectors go absolutely wild for coins like this. It's like finding a rare comic book still in its plastic sleeve, or an untouched first edition Harry Potter book. Perfection equals big bucks. So, if you've got a 1973 penny with no mint mark, grab a magnifying glass, because you could be sitting on a gold mine, or, well, a copper mine. On-screen graphic, $signs flying out of a penny jar. So, let me tell you about the time I thought I struck it rich. I found this old penny in my grandma's coin jar, 1973, no mint mark. I was already planning my dream vacation to Hawaii. I rushed to a coin shop and handed it over like I'd found the Holy Grail. The guy took one look, smirked, and said, "Yeah, this is worth about 1 cent." Turns out, it had a scratch on the back that killed the value. Talk about a humbling moment. But hey, lesson learned. Check your coins carefully, folks. And maybe leave grandma's coin jar alone unless you ask first. Okay, so you think you might have one of these rare 1973 no-mint mark pennies. Use a magnifying glass and good lighting. Look for that shiny, scratch-free surface. Send it to a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll officially rate its condition. Check out coin auctions or websites like Heritage Auctions or eBay for serious collectors. Remember, the closer to mint condition, the higher the value. But even if your penny isn't worth $1.4 million, it could still fetch a nice chunk of change. So there you have it, the story of the 1973 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny that's worth more than some houses. Now it's your turn to check your spare change. Who knows? Your next trip to the grocery store might lead to an accidental treasure hunt. If you found this video helpful, or if you just love the idea of turning pennies into piles of cash, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more tips on coins worth money. I've got plenty more strategies, stories, and expert advice to help you cash in on hidden treasures. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. You're digging through an old jar of pennies, probably one your grandma stashed away years ago, and you stumble upon something extraordinary. No, it's not a long-lost love letter or a key to a treasure chest. It's a 1969 D. Lincoln penny. You toss it aside, thinking, meh, just another penny. But wait, what if I told you that little copper coin could be worth up to $2 million today? Yeah, you heard me right. $2 million. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1969 D. Lincoln penny, why it's so valuable, how to spot one, and, most importantly, how you might already have a fortune hiding in plain sight. So grab your magnifying glass, because we're going treasure hunting, folks. The history of the 1969 D. Lincoln penny. Let's start with the basics. This penny comes from the Denver Mint, hence the D mint mark, and it was minted in, you guessed it, 1969. But here's the kicker. It's not just any 1969 penny that's worth millions. The one we're talking about is a rare double die variety. That means some of the letters and numbers on the coin appear to be doubled, almost like they're doing a little shimmy on the surface. So how did this happen? Well, back in the day, minting technology wasn't as precise as it is now. Mistakes like this occurred when the die, the tool used to stamp the coin, shifted slightly during production. Normally, these errors are caught and corrected, but every once in a while, a few sneaky coins slip through the cracks and make their way into circulation. Here's where things get spicy. A regular 1969 D penny is worth, well, a penny. But a double die 1969 D penny? That's a collector's dream. These coins are so rare that only a handful are known to exist. And when rarity meets demand, you've got a recipe for a multi-million-dollar jackpot. For example, one of these pennies sold at auction for over $2 million. Imagine turning 1 cent into $2 million. That's better than winning the lottery and no Powerball ticket required. Now, before you start raiding every couch cushion and piggy bank you can find, let me give you a crash course in identifying this rare penny. The 1969 should appear doubled, as if it's been stamped twice. The words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" should also show signs of doubling. Mint mark location. Make sure there's a D mint mark under the date. But, fun fact, the doubling doesn't affect the mint mark itself. Pro tip: use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Squinting at a penny isn't a good look. Trust me, I've tried it. Once, I spent an entire afternoon staring at pennies, and by the end of it, I was seeing double on everything. Turns out, I didn't have a rare penny. I just needed a nap. Speaking of staring at pennies, let me tell you about the time I thought I struck gold. I was cleaning out my junk drawer. You know, the one that's basically a black hole for batteries, rubber bands, and mysterious keys. Anyway, I found this old penny and thought, this could be it. This could be the one. I grabbed a magnifying glass, compared it to pictures online, and even called a buddy who's a coin collector. Turns out, it was just a dirty penny from 1985. But hey, it sparked a new hobby, and now, here we are. Okay, let's say you've hit the jackpot and found a potential 1969 D double die penny. First, don't freak out. Well, maybe freak out a little. It's $2 million after all. Take it to a professional coin dealer or grading service like PCGS or NGC. Don't clean it or try to polish it. Collectors prefer coins in their natural state. Consider selling it at auction. Big auction houses like Heritage Auctions specialize in rare coins and can help you get top dollar. So, what's the moral of the story? Never underestimate the power of loose change. That penny in your pocket might just be your ticket to millionaire status. And even if you don't find a 1969 D. Lincoln penny, hunting for coins is a fun, inexpensive hobby that anyone can enjoy. If you found this video helpful, or if you're now inspired to dig through every coin jar in your house, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I've got plenty more tips on spotting rare coins, understanding their values, and turning your pocket change into big bucks. And hey, who knows? The next video could help you find the next $1 million coin. Hey there, coin hunters and treasure seekers. Imagine this. You're digging through your couch cushions, searching for spare change to buy your favorite snack, and bam, you pull out a penny. Just a regular OL penny, right? Wrong. What if I told you that penny could be worth $1.60 million? Yup, today we're talking about the infamous 2014 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Sounds fancy, doesn't it? But don't let the lack of a mint mark fool you. This humble little coin might just be your golden ticket. So grab your pocket change, pull up a chair, and let's dive into the story of how a penny, yes, a penny, could change your life forever. The backstory of the 2014 no-mint mark penny. First things first. What's the deal with this coin? Well, in 2014, the US Mint released billions, and I mean billions, of pennies. Most of them came from either the Philadelphia Mint or the Denver Mint. Normally, coins from Philadelphia don't carry a mint mark, so no mint mark penny isn't unusual. A small batch of these pennies was struck on the wrong planchet, basically the wrong type of metal. This mistake created an ultra-rare coin that collectors go absolutely bonkers for. Think of it like a misprinted baseball card or a rare Pokemon card. Only, way cooler because it's actual money. It's just a penny. Why would anyone pay over $1 million for it? Great question. The value comes down to rarity and demand. Coin collectors, or numismatists, yeah, fancy word alert, are always on the hunt for unique errors like this one. In 2019, one of these bad boys sold at auction for a whopping $1.6 million. That's more than most people's houses. The buyer? A hardcore collector who saw it as the crown jewel of their collection. So yeah, if you've got one of these coins, you're basically holding a mini jackpot in your pocket. Alright, let's talk specifics. If you're sifting through your change, here's what you need to look for: a slightly off color. These pennies tend to look a bit different because of the planchet error. Fine details that might seem slightly off. If you're unsure, take it to a professional appraiser or coin shop. Scammers are out there making counterfeit versions of this coin. So if you're thinking, oh, I'll just make one myself, don't. The pros can spot a fake from a mile away, and nobody wants to end up on the wrong side of a coin scandal. Here's a little personal story for you. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my old coin jar. The one that sits in the corner collecting dust, and I came across a shiny 2014 penny. For a hot second, I thought I'd struck gold. No mint mark, slightly odd color. I was ready to retire early. It wasn't the real deal. Turns out, it was just a regular penny that had been through the washing machine one too many times. But hey, it made me realize how easy it is to overlook the value of these tiny treasures. So now, every time I get change, I take a closer look. And trust me, you should too. So, what's the moral of the story? Don't underestimate the power of pocket change. That 2014 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny might just be the ticket to your dream vacation. Or, a mansion with a pool shaped like Lincoln's profile. If you're feeling inspired, start checking your coins today. Who knows? Your next grocery store run could make you a millionaire. And before you go, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more tips, stories, and strategies to help you find coins worth serious money. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Hey there, fellow treasure hunters. Did you know you might have a small fortune hiding in your loose change? That's right, today, we're talking about the 1991 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. A humble coin that could be worth an eye-popping $1.7 million. Yes, you heard me. A single penny could change your life. So before you toss that jar of coins into the Coinstar machine, you'll want to stick around to learn why this unassuming penny has collectors scrambling to get their hands on it. Trust me, this could be the most valuable 25 minutes of your life. Unless, of course, you already have a penny worth millions. Then, hey, drinks are on you. All right, let's dive into it. First off, what makes the 1991 no mint mark penny so special? On the surface, it looks like any other Lincoln penny. Same coppery shine, same profile of Honest Abe staring pensively into the distance, probably wondering why nobody ever gives him a second look. But here's the twist. This penny was struck without a mint mark, meaning it wasn't labeled with the letter indicating where it was made. Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. While that might not seem like a big deal, in the world of coin collecting, it's huge. Now, let's clear up a common misconception. Not every 1991 penny without a mint mark is worth $1.7 million. Nope, it's all about rarity and condition. The one we're talking about today is a unique error coin, which means something went wrong during the minting process. This particular penny wasn't just a mistake. It's an anomaly, a one-of-a-kind piece that makes collectors' hearts race faster than a kid in a candy store. I remember the first time I learned about valuable coins. I was going through my dad's old coin jar because, let's be honest, who doesn't love free money? And I found a penny from 1973. I got all excited, thinking I'd struck gold. Spoiler alert, it was worth exactly 1 cent. But hey, it started me on this coin collecting journey, and now here we are, talking about a coin that could literally buy a mansion. Funny how life works, huh? Anyway, back to the 1991 penny. What makes it worth such an insane amount is the combination of its error, its condition, graded MS-67, which is almost flawless, and the fact that it's a certified piece of American history. Think of it like finding a Picasso at a yard sale. It's not just a penny anymore. It's a piece of art, a relic, and a conversation starter all rolled into one. How do you know if you've got one of these bad boys? Step 1. Grab your pennies. Step 2. Check for the date, 1991. No mint mark? Great. But don't start planning your yacht purchase just yet. You'll need to get your coin professionally graded to confirm its authenticity. There are a lot of fakes out there, so tread carefully. And hey, even if yours isn't the million-dollar penny, it could still be worth more than face value. Error coins, in general, are hot commodities, and collectors are always on the lookout. Never clean your coins. I know. Who doesn't want their penny to look all shiny and new? But trust me, collectors value originality, even if your coin looks like it's been through a war. So put down the polish and step away from the Brillo pad. All right, folks, that's the scoop on the 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone who loves a good underdog story, this little copper coin proves that sometimes it's the small things in life that can make the biggest difference. Who knows? The next time you're digging through your pocket change to pay for coffee, you might just uncover your million-dollar miracle. Before you go, do me a favor. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins that could make you rich, or at least buy you a nice dinner, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next big tip. Share this video with your friends, too. You might just help them find their own hidden fortune. And remember, every penny counts, literally. Imagine this. You're sorting through an old jar of pennies, and boom, you find a coin worth $1.9 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, what if I told you that dream could actually come true? Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1964 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a humble coin that could turn you into a millionaire. So grab your loose change and stick around, because you won't want to miss this. Let's start with the basics. First, what do we mean by no mint mark? Simple. It means the coin was minted in Philadelphia. Back in 1964, Philadelphia didn't stamp their coins with a mint mark, which was totally normal. But here's the kicker. Not all 1964 pennies are created equal. Some of these bad boys are just regular old pennies worth, you guessed it, a penny. But there's one very special penny that collectors are going absolutely bonkers for. It's the one that sold for a whopping $1.9 million. Now, you're probably wondering, why is this coin worth more than my car, and maybe even my house? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and a little bit of collector's magic. The $1.9 million penny was in pristine condition, a grade called MS-67 red, which basically means it's so flawless, it might as well have been made yesterday. Meanwhile, my coins look like they've survived a zombie apocalypse. But hey, who's judging? Here's the fun part. How can you find out if you're sitting on a fortune? Step 1. Check the date. Look for 1964. Step 2. Check for the mint mark or lack of one. Remember, no mint mark means Philadelphia. Step 3. Examine the condition. If it looks like it's been through 57 wallets and a trip through the washing machine, well, let's just say it's not millionaire material. Don't worry if your eyesight isn't great. Consider it your excuse to buy one of those fancy magnifying glasses. You know, the ones that make you look like a detective from a 1950s noir film? Now, let's talk money. Most 1964 no-mint mark pennies are worth their face value, 1 cent. But if you have a high-grade coin, it could be worth a few $100. And if you somehow discover the next MS 67 red, well, hello, $1.9 million. Just imagine the possibilities. Paying off debts, traveling the world, or finally buying that espresso machine your wallet keeps vetoing. Here's a funny story. A few years ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her attic, and we found an old coffee can full of pennies. Naturally, I got excited and started sorting through them, imagining I'd find something amazing. Spoiler alert, the most valuable thing we found was a Canadian penny, which isn't even legal tender here. But hey, it was a bonding moment, and now I have a cool story to tell. Start digging through your couch cushions, old jars, and grandma's attic. You never know. You might just hit the jackpot with a 1964 no-mint mark penny. And if you don't, well, at least you'll have an excuse to finally clean out that junk drawer. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got tons more tips on coins worth money and strategies to help you cash in on hidden treasures. Who knows? Your next find could be life-changing. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting!